Hey everybody, Daniel Getman here. This video is going to cover probably one of the most important things at Lords of Lothar, the equipment screen. If you want to be successful with your combat and you know just about everything, you gotta have good equipment. So if you go to my account, click on my equipment, it will load the equipment on your current character. Couple things to realize about equipment: there are 8 equipment slots. Okay, and you have your backpack or your inventory over here. Free members get 5 backpack slots. Upgraded members get 15. So you can hold more stuff. To equip an item, it's pretty easy. You click on the item. It will open up a window here that kind of tells you about the item. Then it also on this side tells you if you're wearing or shows you the item you're currently wearing in that slot. So because these are both chest pieces, it shows me both of them. Okay. To equip something, you literally just click equip, and those things will swap places. So now I'm wearing this one over here. All right. Pretty simple. Let me put this back on really quick. Okay, then there's also the second button down here is drop, and drop basically destroys the item. If you do that, it does warn you here, it cannot be recovered, so don't accidentally drop anything you don't mean to drop because it's gone. Okay, the last button, of course, you saw is send. You can actually send something to another character, which is really cool, even to yourself. If you really want to trade items between characters, you can do that. You can send an item to yourself, which is pretty cool. So let me go back. Once the item is pending for being sent, it will stay in your inventory. So you can't have, it takes up an inventory slot. So keep that in mind as well. Until they accept or reject it, it will stay in your inventory slot. Kind of important to remember. The other thing about sending items that's somewhat important, let me unequip this really quick. If you notice down here in red on the item it says binds on equip. Basically what that means is once it's equipped, and it kind of warns you about this, once it's equipped and bound, you cannot send that to another player. It becomes this player's item forever until you sell it or destroy it. So now if you notice that when I click on this, it says bound to player, right? So this can't be sent. So if I unequip this, click on that, the send button's grayed out because it's bound to the player. So that's important to know as well. You'll notice a couple things about each of the items. Let me start here, I suppose. There are different colors and the names. So for instance, this one's purple, that one's purple, that one's green. Color corresponds to the quality of the item. Anything that's gray will show up as common or unmagical. That's another way to think about it. If it's colored, it's a magical item. If it's uncolored, it won't. It's not a non-magical item, a common item. Common items can be sent back and forth. There is no binding on common items, so you can send these back and forth as much as you want. So from here, a common item basically doesn't have anything special about it. It, for the most part, comes with a level, comes with an armor rating, which necklaces and rings don't have an armor rating, and that's it. There's not too much to them. Common weapons are kind of important. Of course, this is my rogue, so I can't equip a longsword, and it will tell me that when I click on it. Right? So that's kind of good to know. But with weapons, there are levels, armors, the min and max damage for that particular item, and the accuracy, who the weapon can be used by, so on and so forth. Next thing, green items. Green items are uncommon items. They have quality to them. So basically, this particular one, if you notice, everything has a base name. Right? So this is a breastplate. It has a prefix and it has a suffix. So what you're looking at here is the color of the icon corresponds to whether it has a prefix or a suffix or both, and what that particular bonus is. So anything of speed will turn the icon green. not to be confused with the green name. The green name refers to the quality. And then here are the extra bonuses that I get. So by equipping this particular piece of item, I get 2% surf timer bonus, which is pretty cool. Now, if I sit and stack this, I can get it up pretty high and basically decrease my surf timer by half, which is pretty cool. So that's a green item. Let me see if I can find a blue one. Here's a blue one. The blue item is the next rarest quality, which is the green one is uncommon. These ones are, I believe, rare, is what they're called. Quality also will affect armor rating. If it's a weapon, it will also affect damage. So it's very possible to have a lower level item but higher quality, and it will do more damage than a higher quality item, or protect you more than a higher quality item. So that's important to know too. The other thing to notice too is green being the first or lowest rarity of item. The bonuses that it gives is plus 1%, whereas the blue one gives plus 2%. Now this one is might or powerful, prefix, suffix, so it's all red, right? And this one would give me a 4% increase to damage bonus, which is cool. Let me see if we can, I think this one was purple. Here's a purple one. Purple is the third rarest quality item. Same thing, this one's wisdom, which is a blue icon, and this one gives you healing bonuses for clerics and pallies. Now, of course, my rogue is not going to get the, well, I mean, it technically gets the healing bonus, but I don't have a heal, so it doesn't really help me. So I just did this, of course, for displaying purposes. So that's the purple item. And the most rare, I don't have. There's supposed to be a gold one here, or a yellow one. Well, I'll just tell you about it. Instead of being purple, it's supposed to be gold. Gold is the most rare, and they would give you a +4 bonus to everything. I actually have never seen one of those. So if you ever get one, well, I've never seen a real one that was actually generated by the system. I've created them plenty of times, but I've never seen one generated by the system before. They are extremely, extremely rare. So if you do see one of those yellow ones, tell everyone, especially tell me, because I'd be interested to see who gets the very, very first artifact item, the very, very first one. You're pretty darn lucky, because those are not easy to find at all. Also, there are 4 types of prefixes, or 5, I'm sorry, types of prefix and suffix. There's damage, right? Damage bonus. Surf timer. Healing bonus. Credit ratio. And loot bonus. Now, each one, of course, does something different. The damage bonus obviously does damage. Surf timer, credit bonus, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Healing bonus. The loot bonus, I kind of touched on this earlier in a previous video. The loot bonus basically increases the amount of gold and stuff you find when you're fighting and picking chests and that sort of thing. So loot bonus is kind of cool too. If you can be a rogue, and it does help the rogue steal as well. So if you can be a rogue and stack a bunch of loot bonus stuff, you can get a ton of money. From stealing and then killing your enemy, you get way more gold if you can stack a bunch of loot bonus. But what's kind of neat about this whole system is there are literally thousands and thousands and tens of thousands probably of different combinations of items. All these prefixes and suffixes are all interchangeable. You can have a lucky ring of might or a wise ring of efficiency. You can have those are all intermixable, and they can possibly, it can pop up basically with anything. Some items, in fact, don't even have a prefix or a suffix. They only have one of those, right? It doesn't have both. So it's a pretty extensive system. What's kind of neat about this, if you think about it, is every single character is going to be a little bit different, which is really, really cool. Every member is going to have a slightly different surf timer, a slightly different credit ratio. If you're more interested in killing things because you want to kill things as quickly as possible, you could go for the damage stuff, right? Or if you wanted to get prize pages faster, so you possibly could fight stuff more often, you would stack surf timer bonus, right? You can click on stuff, faster. So there's a lot of different things, a lot of different combinations. Every single character is slightly different. Um, you know, so enjoy, have fun. Try and find all purple stuff, or if you can, like I said, if you ever find a gold one, let me know. If you find anything with a yellow name on it, I would be impressed to see. On launch day, of course, I'm going to probably sit there and watch the equipment table and see if anybody actually finds one of those things. Because so far, in the last 3-4 weeks or so, no one has found, as far as I know, no one has found a yellow named item yet. So that would be awesome. Oh, there is a fifth type of item. It's just right now being put into the game. Or fifth type of quality, I should say. There are named sets coming very, very, very soon that are actually manually generated. They're not auto-generated by the system, and those will be giving away for special reasons. Maybe boss fights. Who knows? Let's see what's coming up in the future. Anyhow, any questions about this? I know it's a lot of information to throw at you all at once. If you've never played an MMO or a RPG, it's a lot of stuff to take in. If you've played an MMO or RPG or both, then it probably makes a lot of sense to you. You've probably seen this before, so no surprise to you. But anyways, anything else comes up, please let us know. Thanks for watching.